What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including CM Punk went off script at Survivor Series, another major WWE injury confirmed, CM Punk walked out of the press conference, an update on Jacob Fatu, Triple H reveals Netflix plans, the next Paul Heyman guy revealed, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. Now let's do the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at CM Punk went off script at Survivor Series. Our top story today takes a look at CM Punk going completely off script during Survivor Series War Games. As a former WWE champion made his entrance last night, Punk decided to slap Bronson Reed through the cage. Reed and Jacob Fatu then went absolutely insane, attempting to get Punk, and this was an awesome moment that truly set the tone for what was an outstanding main event matchup. According to Ibu on X, the spot was inaudible, and it wasn't in the initial script. This was a great call from Punk, and this is the type of intensity and ferocity that is needed to make the match like War Games work. In relation to if Punk will get in trouble for going off script, well, that's highly unlikely. WWE's new era encourages unscripted moments of this nature, and when someone of the star power of Punk is improvising a spot to make the match better, then he's going to be receiving nothing but praise backstage. Next up, CM Punk walks out of the press conference. Speaking of CM Punk, he was asked to comment on Roman Reigns' WWE rise on the post-PLE press conference, and Punk, despite being a man of many words, decided to simply say, no comment. Punk after the answer would then get up and immediately leave, and whilst it did appear to be the end of Punk and the Bloodline's time at the press conference, the timing was interesting to say the very least. The character work from both Punk and Reigns during War Games last night was phenomenal, and fans are pushing to see a feud between the two men. Based on the reactions to the stare-downs last night, it's likely that this is indeed on the horizon, and this is a match that screams main event of a major WWE PLE such as Wrestlemania or even SummerSlam. As for now, it's unclear what's next for Punk. A feud and match with Seth Rollins does seem likely for Wrestlemania 41. However, there's 4 months until that time, and if Punk is going to remain a full-time talent, then Punk needs an active feud. Punk has previously stated that he'd be interested in working directly with Bronson Reed, and after their interactions last night, as well as Reed's involvement with Rollins, this could make a ton of sense. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, another major WWE injury confirmed. Now, as we covered in our Survivor Series coverage, Jimmy Uso broke his toe in the match, and whilst this isn't the worst injury in the world, it's likely that Jimmy will take some time to heal before getting back to physical action. But there was another injury that's been revealed by Triple H, and unfortunately, Big Bronson Reed was being checked over following the show. According to the game on the post-PLE press conference, Reed is now questionable for the next few weeks on television, which does sound concerning. According to Fightful Select, Reed possibly injured one or both of his ankles following the tsunami from the top of the cage. Reed had a stellar performance last night, and he fit into the main event storyline with ease. We're wishing Reed a speedy recovery, and we can't wait to see him back on television soon. Next up, an update on Jacob Fatu. Following the main event last night, there was justified concern for Jacob Fatu. Fatu appeared to hurt his leg following a springboard spot gone wrong, and Fatu's selling made it look like the talented star was in utter agony. Now, according to a report by Fightful Select, the Samoan Werewolf came away from the men's War Games match unscathed. According to Fightful's Corey Brennan, Fatu heavily selling his leg during the match was not planned, but he reportedly wasn't hurt during the spot. Fatu is said to have made the decision on the fly to sell the leg. Fatu was another name that had an incredible performance last night, and it seems like only a matter of time before Fatu is wrestling Roman Reigns in a certified dream match. Next up, Triple H reveals Netflix plans. Now, we're just over a month away from WWE moving over to Netflix, and Triple H has finally revealed what fans can expect when WWE makes the move. According to the head of WWE Creative on the post-PLE press conference last night, great storytelling will continue to take focus. I think it's more of the same in the sense of what resonates in our business is great storytelling. It's having phenomenal athletes. The men, the women, that's what we do. It's having great characters for those athletes and then delivering stories, the best that we can, that keep people captivated, that go from week to week. Triple H continued on by saying, if you really break down what WWE does, I don't think there's an entertainment source on the planet that is like it. When you look at the amount of content we put out between Raw, NXT, and SmackDown, the amount of content that we put out plus monthly PLEs, plus Saturday night's main event, as we go through this, right? The amount of live content, the amount of live storytelling that we do, there's nothing else like it. So it all stems from that. Interestingly, the game did reveal that elements of the WWE programming are up in the air, and Triple H would go on to cite the Mike Tyson vs Jake Paul fight. Even now, it's a little bit of some of that stuff is up in the air. You know, live programming going to Netflix. You saw the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight, it did incredible numbers. You know, things like that, they'll work through there. The platform is so big for us. I believe that as long as we continue to deliver the way we delivered in 2024, that it's a game changer for us. WWE's flagship show Raw moves to Netflix on January 6th, and international fans such as those in the UK can expect every episode of TV as well as every PLE to feature on the popular platform. Next up are Matt Riddle and Randy Orton still friends. Now, arguably the highlight of Matt Riddle's WWE run was his on-air friendship with Randy Orton. The two had wonderful chemistry as a tag team and allowed fans to see a different side to the WWE's resident Viper. Since Riddle's WWE release, fans have been curious to know if he and Orton are still in contact, and thankfully during an interview with The Dell Show, Riddle confirmed that he and Orton remain friends. Dude, we're bros. I wished him a happy Thanksgiving and he wished me one back. Like that, I wished him one too and he hit me back as well. Maybe one day we'll do the same thing again, me and Randy. You know, we're like peanut butter and jelly. Nothing crazy, you know, but it worked perfectly, dude. It was a classic clash of characters, and I think the best part for us was that in real life we actually meshed really well. It's interesting that Randy hints at bringing the friendship to TV once again, but as things stand, there don't appear to be any plans for Riddle to return to WWE in any capacity. Next up, the next Paul Heyman guy revealed. Reigning Intercontinental Champion Bron Breakker has hinted at a possible reunion with Paul Heyman. Breakker and Heyman had a brief alliance back on NXT TV in 2023, and according to Breakker on the post-Survivor Series press conference, the door is definitely open to revisit the pairing. I definitely think that there's a possibility of that happening at some point down the line. The door is definitely open. I guess we just say never on that. Some fans were even theorizing that Breakker would be involved in the Bloodlines War Games match, but obviously that never occurred. Breakker has had a tremendous 2024, and his match last night against Ludwig Kaiser and Sheamus is quite rightly received at rave reviews from fans on social media. Next up, the Great Khali believes in Joe Hendry. A WWE Hall of Famer, the Great Khali, made a shocking appearance at the WrestleCade show last night. Khali would assist Joe Hendry against Jinder Mahal, and after the match, Khali would clap along with Hendry's catchy and popular theme song. Hendry also shared a photo with himself and the former world champion after the show on X, writing in the caption, "Me and Khali." That would certainly be one hell of a tag team, right? And finally, a current WWE star almost retired. Now, our final story today takes a look at a shocking revelation from WWE star Raquel Rodriguez, who confirmed in a new interview that she almost retired during a WWE hiatus. The Judgment Day member battled mast cell activation syndrome, which sees patients experience severe symptoms similar to allergic reactions, and during an appearance on Takedown, the former NXT Women's Champion revealed that retirement was a strong possibility. Oh yeah, 100%, I think that's the position of any athlete, fighter or wrestler finds themselves in when they get injured or taken out. All of a sudden you're so busy, you've got Raw, SmackDown, you're on the road, you've got interviews and appearances, and then it just stops. You get that fear like, this has been my rock for years, my life, my everything. What am I going to do now? I felt like having a breakup with wrestling, but not fully, and I thought this might be harder than a real breakup. I don't know, you know? Thankfully, Rodriguez was able to get back in the squared circle, and she's been a prominent fixture on TV since her return at Bad Blood in October. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.